Good morning, guys. Good afternoon, good night, just depending where and when are you watching this video. So welcome to another week. Today's Monday, the 17th of February of 2025, and there's a lot to happen this week, especially here in Australia. So put your seatbelts, like this video, subscribe to the channel, and share this content with your friends, because today you will know if the actual RBA will cut or not cut. And is the USD JPY possibly a short opportunity again, or shall we keep away from that pair? That's exactly what we're going to be looking today. Of course, the economic calendar as always on Monday. But yeah, if you have any questions, just put down in the comments, and we'll definitely be looking to answer those questions once I have some time. Okay, I'm assuming you already liked the video and shared the content as well as subscribe to the channel, so let's get started. Today we had the GDP as well as some other data from the Japan, and looks like, you know, we're getting pretty well. We're seeing 0.7% from the quarter 4 GDP from the consensus of 0.3%, so 0.4% higher, and the previous was higher, was revised higher as well. So that is pretty good. Okay, this is showing to me that the Japanese yen can continue the strength that they had previously. We had a big drop on USD JPY, and then a correction phase, and then now a continuation down. I have some shorts on USD JPY, and I'm targeting 150. All right, so I'm looking at the 150 mark for USD JPY. Most likely in a few weeks, not too long to just trade, okay? Especially now fulfilling the strength of the Japanese yen and unwinding the carry trade, that the economy on Japan is doing pretty good. Tomorrow we have RBA, the Reserve Bank of Australia. What will happen? The market is expecting a 25% base cut, so do I. I'm expecting a 25 base points cut as well, and this will probably impact the market on a neutral to negative in stance. The reason is the market is pricing no cuts, and if we look at the AUD USD, the US dollar is of course losing a bit of strength, but the Australian dollar has been gaining its strength the recent days, last week, because of the Trump 25% tariffs on aluminium and steel. The reason is because Trump won't impose 25% tariffs in Australia, only in other countries that produce and sell exports to USA. So that's pretty good for Australia. It's more revenue, same revenue, and everyone will be selling expensive to be covering the costs of the 25% tax, and then Australia will be selling as the normal price as always, so people will be looking to buy from Australia, not from overseas. So that's pretty good for Australian dollar. More people looking to get the money in, and of course RBA statement we have tomorrow as well, 2:30 p.m. in Australia time. Most likely a 25% base points cut, going then to 4.10, now is at 4.35. I was just talking to, you know, and everyone is seeing this, the inflation is down, but the cost of living is up. What is going on? It doesn't matter if the inflation is up, cost of living can be somewhere sustained, but in this case we have an inflation down and a cost of living rising, because the cost of prices on the daily basis is more expensive. It's 22% to 25% expensive than it was 3 years ago, okay? So yes, the inflation made it go all the way up there, and then inflation is declining now, but it doesn't mean that the prices of those goods will decline as well with the inflation. The inflation who is controlling is the central bank. So it's two different topics, two different things. It doesn't relate to each other. Okay, so a 25 basis point cut may lead the Australian dollar to fall a little bit, but maybe a continuation upwards later, because the market will look at the statement and will see, look, inflation is still up. Okay, so there's a lot to be done this year. Moving to Wednesday, we have the RBNZ, or the Reserve Bank of New Zealand, interest rates decision, and they are expected to do a 50 base points cut, so from 4.25 all the way down to 3.75. That's a pretty impressive cut. It's going to be really high sort of cut, but I'm willing to watch what they're going to say. CPI from the pound from UK, so 2.8% is the expectation from previously 2.5, so 0.3% higher than the previously. Let's have a look on what they have to say. On Thursday, we have the RBNZ press conference, the FOMC meetings, the employment change and unemployment change from Australia. So RBNZ, Reserve Bank of New Zealand, FOMC from US meeting minutes. It's going to be really important for us to see what they've discussed on those meetings, on the previous meeting. And then we have employment change and unemployment rate for Australia. Okay, unemployment rate for Australia is expected to be around 4.1%, so a bit of a tiny higher than the previous 4%, and the employment change is expected to go at 19,700, pretty much a big drop from the previous 56.3 thousand. Okay, on Friday we have initial jobless claims that always, Philadelphia Fed Manufacturing Index and crude oil investors, all of that for USA, and then S&P Global Services PMI, Manufacturing PMI, and existing home sales. The services and manufacturing PMI, they are expected to have a tiny bit of increase. The services is expected to be 53.2 from 52.9. And the manufacturing is expected to have no changes at 51.2. Okay, so we do have lots and lots of things to happen this week. It's a full week on two central banks, RBNZ as well as RBA. Watch out for New Zealand dollar, watch out for the Australian dollar. And if you want to know in depth a little bit more what can possibly happen, what are the opportunities you can possibly get from those releases, these data releases, then join me tomorrow from 5 to 6 p.m. on my webinar live. Okay, we do these Tuesday, Wednesday and Thursday. Every Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, we do those videos, webinars from 5 to 6 p.m. Free, don't charge anything, don't ask you for anything. You just simply go and join us on the Telegram, and I will send you the link as soon as it hits 5 p.m. in Australia time. So the link is on the description, so make sure to join us on the Telegram now, and I see you tomorrow, or I see you in the next video. Guys, have a great week ahead, good trades, and of course, use risk management, and I talk to you tomorrow, or I see you in the next video. Bye-bye.